Lance and Steven in the morning.
What is this? What is this instrument you're playing, Lance?
This is an ocarina.
An ocarina.
Yeah.
Like, hey, ocarina.
Exactly that.
Okay.
Little like sweet potato wind instrument.
That's
kind
very
of thing.
beautiful. You had vibes of the Friendly Giant going on there for a second. You don't know what that show is, do you?
I don't think so.
Hello, viewers. If anybody remembers the Friendly Giant, feel free to send Lance an image or something from that show.
Comment. Yeah. Well, good morning. It's a rainy one. What do you say in Newfoundland?
It's sunny out there.
Oh, it's sunny. I felt the wind and it seemed wet. And
no, it started off a little damp this morning, but it's good. The sun has come out. It's blue sky.
It was a Mozzie day. But
Mozzie Day. No, so it definitely was not, because a Mozzie Day is going to be like it by now too. But the driving to school, just talking about the sunshine and stuff, bringing Chloe to school. So she's going to JP2. She wanted me to bring her in this morning, so I did. But driving 128 Ave, maybe that one that comes up there by the Petro Canada and goes straight on out.
Yeah.
Right. Man, the sky, beautiful, because you get the big fields and everything as you're looking out. You're heading up that way.
Yeah.
And the way the clouds were clearing off and the blue sky and the sun coming up, it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
That's one thing I got to say. I like here. There's something about the sky that's different than back east.
It's a big sky.
Big sky. Real nice.
Marcelo's watching, and Zelda Ocarina of Time. There you go. You got it, man.
That's what that is, the ocarina? The Ocarina of Time? Really? I had no idea what an ocarina was. Now I know. It's that instrument.
I can't play anything on it
other than like a
that little intro.
Zampona?
What's that?
Zampona? Is that what
Zampona? I don't know. That might be a Brazilian instrument.
Is that the proper pronunciation, Marcelo? Is it Zampona?
Yeah. Tell us about it. Ocarina of Time was a identity shaping video game in my life.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nintendo.
Well, apparently it's like one of the ranks in a lot of lists of one of the top video games of all time for people enjoying it. So.
Oh yeah. Well, it was like one of the groundbreaking 3D video games at the time, right?
So was this GameCube or was this later?
That was Nintendo 64.
N64. Okay, so you're going back a ways now.
Way back when. That and GoldenEye 007.
Cool. I remember GoldenEye. That was like the game. So there was two games that we typically, when we get together as a crowd, it was Mario Kart, any Mario Kart, and GoldenEye.
Yeah.
It was like but what's funny is, now everybody's got a 60-inch TV, it seems like. Back then we're playing on a 28-inch, 4-screen, 28-inch.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh man. Different days, hey?
Oh.
Yeah. Now I'm playing my Xbox Series X on my TV. Very different
times.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have Marcelo was on last night with us too. So oh yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
he's a faithful viewer. We got to send him a mug.
I think we're gonna have. I don't know if we can get it to him for Christmas where it's not all beat to pieces, but
that's right.
We're gonna. It could be a good idea. Marcelo, would you like a Christmas gift? We'll see.
From the comment. Yeah. But we were actually talking about that. Maybe we do like a draw or a raffle or something.
We should for Christmas.
For Christmas. and you get a Lance and Steven in the morning mug if you win or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if you donate. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah. You know,
We'll
we're
try our
hoping
best, Marcelo. Hopefully Santa delivers.
yeah. We're I'll be counting the days. Fantastic. We're hoping Lance and Steven in the morning really takes off and we can go the for-profit route. Make this
For
like
profit.
a gig.
Yeah. Well,
we got to start doing ads and
yeah, Lance is looking
product
for
placement.
Lance is looking for a side hustle here to
Yeah. Yeah, we got to start doing things like, oh man, this McDonald's brand coffee is just, that's the coffee I rely on. And you can find it from most local vendors.
Well, so it's interesting. I was watching I can't remember what it was. It was some sort of a documentary on movies and stuff like that. But it was in the 80s when they really started to do product placement in movies, right? Companies would pay to have their, so Pepsi would pay to have like a Pepsi can in the shot, and
right.
Or a Coke would pay to have like their Coke logo in the background somewhere or whatever.
Which,
and I think
I have a fun fact about that, but continue.
Okay, yeah. So one of the big movies I think that kind of really pushed the envelope on that was E.T.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, do you remember like Reese's Pieces? That was the whole Reese's Pieces paid to have E.T. Reese's Pieces, right? Because it was like a major thing, right? But
there you go. Wow. Fun fact. I remember I learned this quite 3 or 4 years ago, probably, on the radio, but I was talking about the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Yeah.
Like the really old one, right? With the Linus tree and that whole thing. And I guess that when that originally aired, it was the same thing, product placement. And I think it was Coca-Cola had I think there's like a good segment in the show itself that really like promoted Coca-Cola
in Charlie Brown,
in the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
And so that.
But the thing is, if you watch it now, like on and wherever you can find it, for the modern era, they've cut that segment out.
Really?
So when I was listening to the story about this, they're commenting that if you watch the Charlie Brown Christmas special, there's a point where it feels like something was skipped over, like the story kind of continues, and that's what it was. It was this Coca-Cola advertisement type thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'd be curious. Maybe you could YouTube like the original and watch it.
I'm sure it's somewhere online.
Yeah, random facts. So there you go. Random.
That's very cool.
Comment your awkward product placement in shows and movies you know about. What was that show? The Truman Show?
Yep.
That was
Jim Carrey?
Yeah, that was an interesting movie.
I actually enjoyed that movie. And
I enjoyed it too.
What's really interesting in that movie, there is a lot of biblical references.
Oh, really?
In that movie.
That makes sense. Yeah. Just for the context of the story, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, even like his name, so it's Truman, right?
Yeah.
True man. What does it mean to be a real man in our world, right?
Yeah.
Because he was living in a fake world, but he was a true man living in a fake world.
Yeah.
And he's realized there's got to be something more than this. I mean, there's so much spiritual connotation overtone in that movie. And even I think the boat at the end, if I can't remember what the number is on the boat, but there's a number on the boat, either on the sail or on the boat itself. And when you look it up, like whatever that number is in the Psalms, that Psalm number. I mean, it's so relevant to that whole scene. Yeah.
Wow. Fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, so there's layers to some of these movies, and I think to me the best movies have those layers, right?
Deep layers. Yeah, I agree. Marcelo saying Coke versus Pepsi was a kind of world marketing war. 80s and 90s started with movies, then TV shows and all came out. The other giant war was with computers.
Yeah,
with computers.
Yeah, Apple and Microsoft probably.
Yeah. But so Steve, by popular demand, we need to resurrect the Newfie phrase of the day.
Popular demand, yeah. We got a couple of comments on our Facebook page, and we had someone here at the office comment about it as well.
Yeah.
That they missed the Newfie word of the day. So I guess over holidays we didn't do it, which is funny because I was in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
But so we do have a Newfie word of the day. I was hoping to have a picture. Maybe I will for next week.
A picture for the phrase?
Yeah.
Oh, I have it typed in though.
You have it typed in, but I there's a specific picture I would like to have that I'll show next week. I was hoping to have it this week, but it just didn't work out.
Okay. Well, but here's a phrase. Go ahead, Steve.
Hard ticket.
Hard ticket.
And the interesting thing with this phrase, I didn't realize it was a Newfie phrase.
Oh, really?
I just assumed. And the funny thing is, talking to Shannon about it last night, he didn't realize it was unique to Newfoundland.
Okay. Hard ticket. What do you think? Our 3 viewers.
Well, there was 7 at one point, but somebody got bored when he's talking about Newfie phrase, I guess.
It's okay. We're just doing this for our own sakes.
Anyway. Well, hey, and we get quite a few viewers watch after the fact.
That's true. So
quite a few.
Hard ticket. Now, if I were to guess hard ticket, I would maybe guess that it's about like a person's attitude or personality. Hard ticket, like maybe, I don't know, hard to get along with, hard to please, maybe
hard
something
to get
like
along
that.
with, hard to please, sure, yeah.
That's my guess.
Does anybody else have any guesses there?
It's a hard, Mary says it's a hard thing to do.
Hard thing to do?
Hard thing to do, maybe. Hard ticket. Well, tickets are negative most of the time. Traffic tickets, speeding tickets.
Yeah, but then there's like tickets to the game.
If you're into that
sort of thing. The concert.
If you're into that sort of thing. If you're someone
ticket
other
to ride.
Than me.
What? Ticket to ride.
Ticket to ride. That's a board game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're on the right track when you talk about it's a personality thing. It's something. So if I was to put it in a sentence, I would say, Lance, you're a hard ticket.
Okay.
Right. So it's something about a person, right? So it's something about the way they are. But what it is, so you guys have well, not just you guys, everybody, I guess, has a similar phrase. I thought everybody had this phrase, but everybody else has a similar phrase, hard case. Right?
Oh, yeah.
You're a hard case. But hard case is a negative connotation, right? Like you're a bit of a troublemaker, you're getting into trouble,
it's hard to work with you, help you, fix you.
Yeah. That kind of thing. Yeah. So hard ticket is similar, but it's not negative. It's like so I used the example, and so I gave this shirt to a specific person. This is what I want to get the picture of.
Oh.
There's a person on our staff who I would say that person is a hard ticket. That's Glenn.
So what's the positive aspect of that?
So Glenn likes to stir up little trouble around the office, right? And has those little statements that kind of stir the pot for people and whatever. But it's not in a hard like hard to get along or whatever way, it's like, oh, he's a hard ticket. And so yeah. So I want to get a picture of Glenn with his hard ticket shirt. Nice. That's what I want to show next week.
We'll work on that. Stay tuned for next week.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's our Newfie phrase of the day.
Newfie phrase for the day.
Yeah. From the Rock.
From the Rock. Hard ticket.
Hard ticket.
And literally from the Rock, because I only found out when I was back in Newfoundland that was unique, because I went to a Newfie store looking for some gifts to bring back. And I saw this phrase on some shirts, and I'm thinking, is that a Newfoundland phrase? And then I asked someone, and they said, I don't know that phrase. Well, Newfoundland phrase.
There you go.
Hard ticket.
Yeah.
Cool. So Lance, eels. I've been waiting all week. You teased it out last week about your eels anecdote.
Eels anecdote, yeah. So, like a number of my anecdotes, I learned it either from my wife or from my sister-in-law, Darian. And this one came from Darian. I had no idea, but I guess for a really long time, like up until even recent years, people had no idea where eels came from. Because
what do you mean they don't know where they came from?
Yeah, because partly like their migration patterns. Oh, internet. Wait for you to unfreeze. Or maybe I'm frozen for you. Who knows? Uh-oh. You might need to start again, Steve. Well, I don't know if the rest of you can hear me. Steve seems to be frozen. I was just about to get into my eel anecdote. Oh, maybe he'll come back on. Let me text him. Steve. Oh, he's gone. Well, he'll maybe come back in. Hello?
My internet dropped.
Oh, it dropped.
Yeah. Right. You everybody can hear you. Where do eels come from? Like, and now I'm on the edge here. This is like suspense.
And I guess I'm a little bit fuzzy. It's been a while since I read the article about it, but for a really, really long time, no one knew where eels came from because eels don't have genitalia. Or so people thought, that when they'd find eels around like the mainland and stuff like that, they're like this, like we don't know how they're reproducing, where they come from, with their migration patterns, it's like we don't know where they're originating from. They come in, but like, and so I guess it was this big mystery that people who are interested in that stuff were interested in it. But I guess what they found out was that kind of similar to the whole locust thing, where maybe you assume locusts are different like species of grasshopper or something, but they're actually just transformed grasshoppers. It's similar with eels, where pretty much all eels are the same eel. Like, there's not different species of eels or anything. It's actually just different phases of their life cycle and metamorphosis and stuff.
So moray eel is, or whatever, or
yeah. I think the thing I read, it was like one of the eels we call an eel technically isn't an eel. So that's a different species. But if I'm remembering correctly, it's like all the eels are one being.
Wow.
It just has different phases of metamorphosis. And so in the early phases of life, they don't have genitalia. They only develop that when they get older, and they actually go out to like their breeding grounds out in the ocean and stuff like that, and mate and mingle there, and then actually come like their babies go to their native regions or whatever, and somehow they know where to go and all these different like ages or like kind of types of that eel. Really interesting. So there you go.
Yeah, and I mean it's not surprising, like, because salmon, right? I mean, salmon are similar in that they know to return to certain spawning grounds, right? And so they swim up these rivers to go back to spawning ground. And it's quite something to watch, because while we were on holidays, there's an area back in our hometown. It's a salmon ladder. And so it's one of those man-made, because they put a dam there for the paper mill, but because they dammed it off, the salmon couldn't swim up the river anymore. And so they built a man-made salmon ladder. It's basically these concrete elevations, and the salmon jump, and you can go and you watch the salmon jumping up the thing. It's quite something to behold.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So much.
So eels are similar that they know to return to this area at a certain time in their life. Wow.
Fascinating, right? Now I might be fuzzy on some of those eel details, so you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that was the gist of the eel anecdote.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Fun facts.
Yeah. Where eels come from. Yeah, so there you go. This is what you tune in each week. We're part Nature Discovery Channel, part Newfoundland Daily Times,
part just who knows what you're going to get. It's
rambling.
This is the fun thing with this. You should come in each week. You don't know what it's going to be. It's who knows? I don't even know what it's going to be sometimes.
You're always taking a gamble with Lance and Steve. You might love it. You might not love it.
I had mentioned last week, Lance, since we're on the animal thing, I had mentioned last week that my dog has been, because he's a COVID puppy, right? So he's experiencing some separation anxiety.
Yeah.
And he's having a tough time with us going to work each day. And so we've been trying to figure out, can we only have him home half day and then kind of work at home the other half day? Because when we're home, he's fine. He'll curl up next to you on the couch and he's best kind. But anyway, I came home from work yesterday, and I gotta share this picture because it's hilarious. So instead of putting him in his crate, because he seems to, he's not doing well whether he's in the crate or pen, but we've got this little like wire pen that's a bit more room for him to move around, but he's still not doing well there either. But he seems to do a little bit better there than his crate, because we put it in his crate and he's doing his business in there for some reason.
Right.
When we leave him. But we put him in the pen and he doesn't. So we're thinking, okay, that's a little less stressful for him. But I came home from work and saw this yesterday. You see that?
Oh yeah. Can you zoom in at all?
I can try to open it with a different viewer, maybe.
I can make it out though. He's in his little pen thing and he's moved it.
Yeah,
looks like he's moved it all the way to the stairs, eh?
Yeah. So his pen is all the way over by the wall where that picture frame is.
Right.
And he has literally moved it. And so you see these cloths, the laundry in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on the couch.
Oh, was it? What?
So I think he must have been jumping up or whatever, knocked it all down in with him, and poor guy.
Drug it along with him.
Drug it all along. Like his food dish, his little bed and everything that's all in by the wall, right?
Yeah. Oh, sweet. And he's a little guy.
Oh yeah, he's a little, 12 pounds. Like, poor guy, man. Stressed right out.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's funny. Dog woes.
Yeah. Yeah. But cutest little thing. And like I said, easy. Like if you're there, he is so content and he just loves his people too much.
To be there with him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it may get to the point where I have to bring him down to my office for a couple of hours during the day, and it's great. So if you're in visiting, you may see a puppy sometime. He's a very friendly puppy.
Yeah.
He loves people.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Those are the things we wanted to talk about.
Those are the things we wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We had talked about doing some assumptions with some ministry leaders. So I think we're going to try to get some ministry people, some staff people to join us next week.
Yeah.
And have some interactions with some more people that way.
Yeah.
Ministry stuff. You have some ministry stuff happening.
You mean like youth?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I have youth starting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone that affects them.
Yeah, so if you have teenagers.
Yep. Come check it out.
Youth starts tomorrow night. What time?
7 to 10.
And do they need to register in advance, Lance, or what's the?
I like people to register as much as possible. Likely what will happen is I'll get a bunch of teens there and then I'll tell them to go sign up. But if you're a keener, which is awesome, you can go to you should be able to find it on our web page or church center app.
That app right there?
Yeah, you don't need to register for the event itself, but I have like I think maybe you can find it on the church center app, but you can definitely find it in posts on my CFA Youth Facebook and Instagram pages. Link to fill out a form to register your teen.
Totally. And listen, if you're a regular at CFA, I'm telling you, this church center app, get it, download it. It is so useful.
Click.
Like all kinds of information on there. We're really working to use this because it's so useful for us, for registrations, for signing up for things, to be reminded of things that you've signed up for. And we also have a directory that you can access on there. So you're looking to get in touch with someone from the church. You're like, hey, I met this great person or whatever. Are they in the directory? Sign up for the Church Center app and get yourself added into the directory. Put your picture in there. It's wonderful. It's a great little program. Fantastic.
It's like everything you need from us is on there. So do it.
It really, it simplifies a lot of stuff because it puts a lot of different things that we're doing all under one roof, right?
Yeah. So I got youth tomorrow. Still looking for more female leaders. If anyone knows anyone.
Yes, you are.
We're starting youth alpha stuff with the teens.
And speaking of alpha, we're starting regular alpha as well on the 28th.
Whoa.
Monday.
You're saying youth alpha is not normal?
No.
Regular?
It's youth alpha and youth alpha.
Adult only alpha.
I didn't want to say just alpha. It's youth alpha and then it's just alpha.
There's youth alpha and then there's plain vanilla alpha.
Plain vanilla alpha. And so we're starting that on the 27th. It's going to be Monday evenings. And we're really putting a push. If you have not taken alpha, and you say, well, alpha's made for new Christians or people who aren't Christian. Yeah, it's made for everybody. And you need to come and bring someone with you. Invite a friend, invite a coworker. Great opportunity. Invite someone who maybe isn't a Christian or is a new Christian, and you invite them to come with you. It's phenomenal. Just good feedback from everybody who takes alpha. It's a great thing.
And a good way to like connect with other people who are also interested in exploring that.
Exactly. And in light of, some people are saying, I'd like to be a part of a small group. I'd like to be a part of alpha. Will scratch that itch. It really will. Because it breaks into smaller groups around your tables. So you have a meal together and then watch this video together. And then around your tables, you get to discuss these things and whatever. And so it will definitely scratch that small group itch for people who say, I want to be a part of a small group. We don't have a whole lot of small groups running right now with COVID stuff and all that. People have been not as comfortable, but we're able to run this alpha. And so we invite you to check it out.
And it's really natural to be like, hey, we should go out for coffee and chat more with those people.
Hey, we do that for you. Come to alpha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Mary was accusing you of having separation anxiety from your dog too.
Probably. Janice is suffering it more than I am, for sure.
Like she misses.
We feel bad for him. Because I get to see it. I'm the one coming home for lunch every day. She's not, right? So she's not seeing the stress the poor guy's under. She's gone before I am in the morning, so I'm the one putting him in there, and he's like shaking.
I'm sorry. They get so stressed.
Oh, and I go home, and the floor has got like this, almost like this sticky, gritty feeling. What it is? He's sweating from his paws. He's poor guy. So yeah, there's a bit of separation because I'm seeing what he's going through. You watch anybody be stressed out, it kind of stresses you out, right?
Some people would really advocate for getting another dog, not because you want a dog, but because your dog wants a dog.
Yeah. I'm not advocating for that whatsoever.
Or cat.
No.
Really liven things up there.
No. Yeah, and then when you get 2, well, you just as well get 3 because they may not get along well together. And so you bring a third one. He might get along with one better than the other or whatever.
And then you might as well get another.
Because one is being left out if you have 3. So
yeah, it's a slippery slope. I know that intimately.
It's great.
Cool. All right. Well,
thanks for joining us.
Then you have a farm. Yeah.
Then you have a farm. Yes.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for those who watch later.
We will see you next Thursday.
All right.
Or maybe before Sunday.
Oh yeah.
We'll see some of you Sunday.
Yeah. Or if you're a teen, I'll see you tomorrow.
That's right.
If you're coming to youth.
Oh, Lance, we did say. No, we'll save it for next week.
I can't wait. I don't know what it is.
Cameos. We'll talk about it next week.
Oh, yeah. We'll
talk about it next week.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone. See you later.